Hi there, this is Lukasz for the Tech Travel Geeks, and this is the unboxing for the DJI Mavic Air 2. We'll follow this up with a setup video, plus a number of sample and edited drone videos, so make sure to subscribe to our channel to get notified about our future videos. We're big drone fans here at Tech Travel Geeks, and both Matteo and I often share our Sunday videos with the DJI Mavic Minis, which we both own. My adventure with drones started with the Mavic Pro in 2017, and I moved to the original Mavic Air in 2018, which helped me produce some amazing shots like this one from Yangshuo in China, or this one from Fiji. I finally got an excuse to upgrade to the Mavic Air 2, so let's get into it. Released in May of 2020, the Mavic Air 2 comes in a familiar white packaging. Like with my past drones, I decided to go with the Fly More combo, to ensure I have extra batteries and accessories, but we'll talk about that later. Once we open the box, it turns out that most of the contents are actually in the travel bag. But let's start with the accessories. We get a set of propellers of type A, instructions and the warranty. We'll definitely read them thoroughly. And another set of propellers of type B. That's a total of 6 pairs of propellers, and you only need 2 pairs, so there's plenty in case we need to replace them in the future. Let's check the bag. It's actually made of quite high quality materials, and it's in the familiar dark grey color. It comes with a nice strap, so it should be good for travel. However, it's bigger than the other bags I already have, so I'll have to decide if I want to take it with me on my travels, or use one of the smaller bags I have, or just use the pneumatic camera bag instead. Right, so let's see what's inside with a little bit of magic. We get 3 batteries, which are bigger than they were for both Mavic Air and Mavic Mini. Thanks to the 3500 mAh capacity, they'll allow for up to 34 minutes of flight time, compared with 30 on the Mini and just 20 minutes on the original Mavic Air. 34 minutes should be ideal, long enough to take nice shots, short enough to ensure you keep it interesting and don't risk losing the drone. The charging hub is different than before, very flat, and I really like that. It allows us to charge all 3 batteries, but one at a time, just like before. The power brick has a spare USB outlet, so you can also charge your phone or the drone remote if you need to. Speaking of which, the remote has been completely redesigned compared to the past ones. It's much bigger, which is not ideal for traveling, but it has significant improvements to compensate for it. First off, attaching the phone is now much easier, as you only need to open the holding mechanism and place your phone there. It will even fit phones as large as the DJI S95 Pro, which is great. It will also fit my Poco F2 Pro with the flip case, but it has to be kept open, so I'll have to see if it's practical or not when using it. The new remote allows for much improved range. It uses radio frequencies of up to 113 channels, compared with just 8 for the original Mavic Air. In the past, most of my drones struggled with remote range, but this one should finally fix it, allowing for more than 6 miles or 10 kilometers of range, which is amazing. It also allows for much better live video transmission, thanks to the OcuSync 2 technology, so you can see the live feed on your phone in Full HD resolution with very low latency. Should be great for controlling the drone. The joysticks are now stored below the remote, which is really handy. Detachable joysticks were one of my favorite features of the original Mavic Air, so it's great that they return here. The other great piece of news is that we now finally have the USB-C charging rather than micro USB, which has always been a pain for me in all my past drones. Unlike the very first Mavic Pro, there's no LCD screen here, and the only indicator is for power, which you can check using the power button. We get a very nice central toggle to switch between normal, sports and tripod mode, which control how fast and responsive the drone is. There's also a return to home button, a function button, and a button for switching between video and photo modes, all of which should come in handy. The top has a shutter/record button, which is nicely placed under your fingers, and the gimbal control wheel. I was initially worried about the remote, as it's significantly bigger than the past ones, but I'm sure I'll get used to it and will enjoy the benefits that come with it, including the range, ease of use, and the better grip when holding it. Before we go to the main meal, let's see what other accessories we get. We have a set of 3 ND filters, which will allow you to control how much light will come to the lens. There are 2 spare controller joysticks, in case you lose them. There's a battery to power bank adapter, so you can use the drone batteries to charge your phone or remote, which might come in handy in case you forget to charge one of them before filming, assuming you remember to bring the included USB-A to USB-C charging cable. We also get a set of 3 cables included for the remote: USB-C, micro USB, and Lightning for iPhones. What's great is that the cable you need can be permanently connected to the remote and hidden away, so you can just take it out when you need it. That's some brilliant design from DJI. Finally, the drone itself. Unfortunately, I don't have the original Mavic Air anymore, as it's at the bottom of a river somewhere in Scotland right now. But you can see that it's quite a bit bigger than the Mavic Mini. This will make it slightly less handy for traveling, but it's still tiny in comparison to the non-foldable drones of the past. The fact that it's bigger will also allow it to be more stable in the wind, which is quite common here in the British Isles. Unlike the Mavic Mini, the Air 2 comes without the propellers pre-installed, but we'll do that as part of the setup video, which will be available in the next couple of days. The battery is pre-installed though, so I'll put it on the charger to be ready to set it up later. The gimbal protector is also pre-installed and covers the gimbal and camera nicely. The drone comes with a number of collision sensors at the front, bottom, and the back. Unfortunately, there is no top sensor, so you need to be careful when flying under bridges and avoid what I did with my Mavic Pro on its second flight. That was really scary. There's also a downward LED light for safety and better visibility. Finally, let's briefly discuss the camera. It's a significant upgrade compared to my previous drones, as it's a 48 megapixel camera with a half-inch sensor, which is larger than both the Mavic Air and Mini, but smaller than the Mavic 2 Pro's Hasselblad camera. Similar to most phones nowadays, the camera usually takes 12 megapixel stills using the pixel binning technology, so 4 pixels get combined into one, which allows for better low-light performance. That's great to see, as the photos should come out nice and sharp thanks to the f2.8 lens. What's more important is that it's the first foldable DJI drone which allows for 4K 60 FPS shots. That's my all-time favorite filming resolution and frame rate, so I'm really excited about it. We can now shoot slow motion video in 4K, which is mind-blowing. There are also super slow motion modes in Full HD resolution, both 120 and 240 frames per second, but we'll have to test it and see how good the quality really is. In addition to that, the drone comes with a lot of shooting modes and tracking modes, something that will be a big upgrade from the Mavic Mini for me, which has only a few basic ones. I also can't wait to test out the latest obstacle avoidance systems, which should be great. There's even an 8K hyperlapse mode, so we'll be sure to test that out soon. Before we wrap up, let's just discuss whether it's worth getting the Fly More combo. In the UK, the difference is £180 and you get 2 spare batteries, 3 pairs of propellers, ND filters, battery charging hub, power bank adapter, and a shoulder bag, which all add up to £429. If you want to comfortably fly the drone with 2 spare batteries, you'd already spend more than the difference, and everything else comes in as a bonus, so I definitely recommend this package. We'll end this video here. Watch out for our future coverage of the Mavic Air 2 on the Tech Travel Geeks channel, including the setup video and sample footage soon. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos. Thanks for watching!